Hey crowdfunders, thanks for joining me on this YouTube video. Again, my name is Sal Brigman and welcome to this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to refinance your student loan debt using crowdfunding. And the first website that you can do this with is called Upstart. I'll be including this and other links in the description of this YouTube video. Upstart is just one website among many, but what I like about Upstart is that it takes into account not just your FICO score or your credit history, it also takes into account the era in which you studied, the years of education that you put in, and also your job or your work history. So we're not just talking about, from a financial standpoint, what your rate is going to be when you're paying back your debt. It also takes into account these other variables, which is awesome because you're going to get a better rate based on your future goals. So that's why I recommend checking out Upstart. You can use the website to get between $1,000 to $50,000 worth of a loan, and you can use it to refinance your student loan debt and get a lot better terms than if you were to use credit cards or some other means. It's just going to be better overall. It's going to be easier to pay. And the kicker here is that there are no prepayment penalties. So go and check them out at upstart.com. Sophie is another website that you can use to refinance your student loan debt with crowdfunding. Again, this is called peer-to-peer lending or debt crowdfunding. So Sophie is a tool, I'll include a link again in the show notes, that you can use to refinance your debt. And the great thing about Sophie is not only do they allow you to refinance your federal loans or your private loans, but they also have unemployment protection. They have career counseling services. There's really a whole suite of services that just help you pay back your debt and get yourself in a good position to succeed. That's what I like about Sophie is that unlike some of the other lenders out there, they don't really care about you. They really don't care about whether or not you're paying the debt. I mean, they're going to be hammering you. They're going to be making sure to be banging on your door until you pay back that debt, and they're not going to help you in any way to do that. But Sophie changes the game around all the way. One of the other things I like about Sophie is that it's one of the highest ranked, one of the leaders in this industry for refinancing your student loan debt. There are a lot of peer-to-peer lending companies out there, but Sophie is one of the leaders in this field. It's very easy to go and check your rate, so check them out at sophie.com. The third website that I want to mention that you can use to refinance your student loan debt is called Common Bond. And Common Bond and Sophie are, I think, two of the biggest leaders in this space. So it's really hard to choose between two of them. I would check them both out, to be honest. But Common Bond is awesome. Like the other sites I mentioned, there are no prepayment penalties. So you can pay off your loan early. On average, their users save around $14,000 from switching to Common Bond, which is pretty awesome. That's pretty ridiculous and very cool. Also, like Sophie, they have unemployment protections. That means if you lose your job, if you're having trouble making payments, they're going to actually stop payments. Specifically if you lose your job, and they're going to help you get another job. They're going to help you get back on your feet and really be able to pay back their loan and also be earning income for yourself. So unlike some other horrible lenders out there, they're really looking at you as an individual human being, and they're going to help you pay back that loan, find work, and eventually lead a happy lifestyle and get rid of these student loans, which are horrible and very stressful for many people graduating this year. The fourth website that I'm going to be mentioning that you can use to refinance your student loans with crowdfunding is called Earnest. And Earnest is a website that actually allows you to make and tailor the monthly payments for your loan depending on your budget, which is pretty cool to me. Their users will save an average of about $17,000 when they consolidate their loans with Earnest. That's a really great number, so I recommend checking them out. Like other websites we've mentioned, they have no prepayment penalties, and it's just a very easy way to consolidate your federal and your private loans and really just decrease that interest rate that you're paying, pay it off quicker and in a much more positive way, in a way that you're not getting hassled by these lenders, in a way that's on your terms, more so than on the terms of the actual lender. The fifth website that I'm going to mention that you can use to refinance your student loan debt is called LenKey. And basically what LenKey does is they get together credit unions, they get together community banks, and they use this marketplace to actually fund your loan. So like the other websites, you can refinance your federal and private loans, you can get a lower rate, and really it's just a great option nowadays rather than going with an antiquated model of some kind of lender that you don't even know. So LenKey is a great option. It's in the peer-to-peer lending realm, and they do specialize in helping students refinance and pay back their loans. The 5 websites that I just mentioned are specifically tailored to helping students refinance their student loans. But there are 2 other websites that you can use to get an unsecured personal loan or to also just pay back your student loans. Although they're not specialized on repayment of your student loans, I do think that they can be used, that they're a great resource. And these 2 websites are called Prosper and Lending Club. And these are both leaders in the peer-to-peer lending space. I've talked about them a lot on my blog. They're great for the $1,000 to $30,000 range if you're trying to get a loan, a low interest loan that'd be cheaper than if you were to use credit cards or try to get like a traditional loan. So I would recommend also checking out Upstart and Lending Club. And I will be including the link to these and the other sites that I mentioned in the show notes. I hope that this list has been helpful. At least now you know a little bit of where to go if you're looking to refinance your student loan debt. I really think that you need to do a little bit of research, looking into the website that's just best for you, the best terms for you, what you're really looking for. Because it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of model. Individual situations are different. People have different reasons for taking a loan. People want different terms. All of this kind of stuff, I really recommend doing some research after watching this YouTube video. Although I don't recommend any one specific service, I have heard good things about Upstart. I have heard good things about the second 2, Sophie and Common Bond. And also in the peer-to-peer lending space, just getting a general unsecured loan, I've heard great things about Prosper and Lending Club. And we've actually written reviews on them. We've interviewed people who have gotten loans from these types of sites, and I'll include a few links to the reviews that we have collected online in the show notes down below. But thank you so much for tuning into this YouTube video. If you enjoyed this, if you think it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and leave me a comment if you have any questions. Again, my name is Sal Brigman, and I like to demystify the entire crowdfunding process. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today, and stay tuned for our next YouTube video.